titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock.
He's a great podcaster.
DrHUGEshow.
Acknowledge me. We're coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
That's right, Dr. Huge. Back on the Dr. Huge show. Am I coming in here? I can barely hear myself.
Oh, yeah.
Technical
Oh, yeah.
difficulties at the top of every show, folks. That's how we do it over here. Look at that. The Sleaze is even here in the chat.
Yes, my favorite guy.
Shout out to the Sleaze over here. Follow us all over the interwebs. You know, hit all the QR codes. Hit all the buttons, the like button, the share button. We're going to be talking about wrestling today, of course. I know that upsets some. When I talk about other stuff, and it upsets other people. I'm just going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, Sleaze.
Don't worry about these people. They're going to be pissed off either way. Fuck them.
Yep. I'm slightly in the Dabbleverse. I'm watching and learning from the outside, so I understand. The key is to not care and to let everybody know that you don't care, which I don't.
I don't either.
Do you know this is the 100th episode, Sleaze?
Holy shit, what a milestone.
Again. We did
yeah, again.
How about that? Like Michael Jordan, you know, and he goes back, he's winning all the championships, leaves for a bit to play baseball and things, and then he comes right back. Definitely baseball because he really wanted to play baseball and not because of like gambling and the mafia and stuff like that, because the mafia doesn't exist.
No, that's a myth.
Definitely.
That's like the female clitoris. It's a myth.
That doesn't exist either?
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I figured it didn't.
It's a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do to clitorises. Yeet on them like that. Slap them. Both hands.
Yeah. Slap the bean. And then they fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they ask for the shovel next. They're like, you just want to hit it with a shovel. Sure. Whatever you need. Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, there's so much to talk about, Sleaze. We got AEW business even right at the top. Ronda Rousey showed up. Was that a one-time appearance? I'm not even sure. That's how closely I follow that.
I don't know.
We don't even know, folks. If you know in the chat, is Ronda Rousey going to do something there? Or was that like her showing up kind of promoting, you know, because she's got to fight against Gina Carano from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Did you like Star Wars?
I did. She lost a substantial amount of weight, too. She looks great. Not that she didn't look good, but she looks great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Older ladies, which we're coming into a day and age where, you know, we've seen old guys fight for a long time. Like since the dawn of man, old men been fighting. But to watch now older, I won't even call them old, like CM Punk old. They're older ladies now in the fight game, and they're going to be punching each other in the face. Do you remember, Sleaze, did you have the same feeling as I did as I try to adjust this fucking chair? Back when I first started watching women punch each other in an octagon, I was like kind of disgusted by it. Like I couldn't, it was almost hard to watch. Did you get that sensation too? I'm desensitized now completely, but
no, I feel the same way. I feel like it's almost like when you're at school and you felt bad for the fight, so you wanted to break it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you get that? I get that feeling. Exactly. It's like you guys shouldn't be doing this, and nothing against it. There's a lot of like great fighters out there. It's just when you see a woman get pummeled in the face, you're like, somebody's got to stop this.
Yeah. And then there's some fights. Like I seen this one girl a few years back. She got cracked so hard she grew like another head onto her own head.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Split like into the skull. It was nuts.
Yeah. Dudes, I don't care. You can turn them into hamburger.
That's how all of humanity feels. They're like, oh, guys, the women and children first deal. And, let the guys go to the front lines. Literally in the front line back in the day. Imagine that, too. Like,
Crazy.
They go, you're going to go to war. Here's your little musket rifle that won't hit shit. And just go get shot. It's like, what?
It's going to take you 25 minutes to load the thing, but you got this.
Insanity. The world's crazy. It's always been crazy. And it's not just this wrestling stuff, but Ronda Rousey showing up at AEW, supposedly even surprised people at WWE. So it is surprising. Why would she show up there? She really is has some kind of a beef, or is this strictly a money thing, you think?
No, it's a beef thing. And she's part of a large collective over there that worked with WWE, and I'm putting her in the same vein as like a Ricochet, John Moxley. They thought they knew everything. They thought, things were this and that, and they had these negative opinions, and they said, well, you know what? If I can't do whatever I want over here, I'll go over to AEW where they have no boss, and we can just do whatever the fuck we want. Like that's almost their entire roster at this point. It's all disheveled WWE guys. FTR is one of them too. That just, we know the business, and then they go there and they start putting syringes through their fucking cheeks and eating glass and whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
So, like Jess, in a way, you kind of don't like anybody over at AEW.
No, there's a couple that I feel bad for that should leave and go to the big times, but a majority of them, no, I don't like them. Like, I think like Kyle Fletcher, like I think he's like a phenomenal talent, and I think he's being wasted right now in his younger years by being over there and not being taught about this business and all that stuff. I mean, there's a couple, Ricochet could stay there forever because he wishes, people MS and everything else. So.
Yeah, you must have heard about all that, right?
Yeah,
so
it's fucking
I'll just
crazy.
let everybody else know if you haven't heard. Ricochet, right, beefing with people on Twitter, of course, as usual. But somebody had come out of left field. It looked like an old grandma. So I just looked at the little picture. I didn't actually click on it, but it wasn't anything even harsh. It was, look, his acting skills are still bad. Like laughing emojis, right? And he's like, I am glad you have multiple sclerosis, right? And you first look at it and you're like, that seems like an MJF thing to do. But also, I don't even know if MJF has gone that far.
No.
Go that far with just what the lady said, which is, your acting stinks, not your wrestling stinks or anything like that. You just aren't a great actor, buddy. And goofing it up with everybody else online. It's not even like a real troll, and he comes at her like that. So then, of course, there's another reaction from the IWC and all these people, and then they start hammering Ricochet and his wife and the death threats and the this and the that. But I'm not even going to say I understand that. I'll never understand like death threats and all, like that's just stupid. You guys, that's childlike. But the Ricochet not owning it after, like not understanding that was probably, even if he felt that way, it's not a good look, right? The optics are real bad. Even if you are a heel in pro wrestling, it's thought sleaze. I mean,
well, he's an idiot. Like if you followed this guy's career, right? He's always been an idiot. And there was a reason why when he was in WWE, they didn't give him a microphone. And they didn't really give him a character because he's stupid. And it's obvious online nowadays, but it's like people that have known him and worked with him have said that, because there was a retort that he had. And he said, oh, well, you guys threatened me with death threats. And now that I come back and say something, like there's a fucking problem. And somebody said, I wish I had the quote in front of me. Somebody responded, and it was very intelligent. And they said, yeah, it's terrible that people have said, you should die and your wife and all this stuff. He said, but you just attacked somebody that only said something about your acting, didn't do death threats, didn't do anything bad. And you said, I'm glad you have MS. Like, you idiot. You know what I mean? Like, he was trying to justify it in his simple, 10-year-old brain, that it was justified because other people are giving him death threats, when this poor lady just said, hey, you should probably act better. And he had to have gone on her fucking page to find out that she had MS, because it's in her bio. So not only is he responding, but he's actually trolling the people by going on their pages and reading their bios and all this stuff. Get a life. Shut your mouth and just be a wrestler, and he's pathetic.
Social media has just ruined so much, Sleaze. It's ruined so much. And it's taken pro wrestling from us. There's a story about Tama Tonga and how he got fined for filming the rehearsals, and then he wrote put a cringe emoji online, because he does a lot of backstage stuff and everything. But it's nobody really. I don't think a lot of people understand what the rules are anymore, because the business is the way it is, where they're exposing it over here, but don't expose it over there. But but you're telling me kayfabe's dead, and they should. Why not? I'm telling you, it can work. The business, WWE, it's just itself. They do this, everybody else will follow.
Yeah.
Get these motherfuckers offline.
Yeah.
Get them offline. If you're working for the WWE, none of this shit. Okay.
No.
Either you're with them or you're not. Either you're a character on the show or whatever. That's why Dean Ambrose does it right. Roman Reigns does it right. If you're going to be online, you tweet something before WrestleMania. You tweet something before SummerSlam. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. They should have the people. They should have I believe they should have designated people that are allowed to do it. The R-Truths, the Dan Housing, they put out funny stuff. It's not giving up anything, yada, yada. But when you have a Damian Priest, dressing up as Spider-Man and putting a TikTok out, or you have the girls that are supposed to be fighting each other doing TikTok dances, and it's ridiculous.
Silly. They're all overexposed. Like this guy.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we know you brought the Wheatleys. You're getting the accounts and stuff for the business and things, but let's fucking chill out, everybody. But they're not going to chill out. I mean, why am I even doing this? It's the same. We've been begging them to cool their jets and calm their horses or whatever, and they just. It's like football. It's like everything else. It's like, no, we're going to make more games. We're gonna add more teams. We're gonna let everybody break the rules.
Yeah,
it's like that means that this is nothing. Now we're watching nothing. So
well, it's even the case with Roger Jackson, the current one at OVW, where the ref started having a seizure and shit. Back in the day, kids don't remember this. There used to be the NWA was like a council. You know what I mean? You had all the territories, but you had everybody in the territory agree upon rules for this business. And I wish they had something like that. There's no sports authority. There's no agency. There's nobody saying hey, there's things that you can do in this industry and there's things that you can't. There's no gatekeeper to it. It's like the wild fucking West. It's crazy.
And I'm not getting into it. It's just super corporate.
Yeah.
What WWE and TKO are doing is insanely corporate. I can't even I've been making those tripping balls episodes.
Fantastic.
And they just keep striking them. And then I edit it, repost it, strike, edit it, repost it, strike. It's like they just won't fucking stop this WWE. They started with one Rock short. And it's like once I think they didn't do the dispute in time. They supposedly, I don't know the rules, I'm just trying to keep up here, but they just started coming after me recently, and they're like every little thing, and it's all it's just fucking random shit. It doesn't even make any sense. So
Back in the day, it used to drive me nuts when I used to make the videos for the show. And fucking, they would say, well, you know, this and that. And then you'd like blur out the WWE logo. And then they'd find something else.
Yeah.
And then they'd find something, well, this is too long. Then you'd shorten it and they'd find something else. It's, but you won't even tell your guys the fucking rules. You'll just, you know, give Tomatonga a fucking fine, which I'd have been pissed off at if I was him. And I'm sure he was. It's like, well, I didn't know. What the fuck?
Oh, maybe they are supposed to know. I don't know. I would think that showing rehearsals of what you're going to be doing the night before is that's stupid. That's the shits.
It's the shits.
Like, you really think you're going to get away with that? I understand Unreal and stuff exists, but that's them exposing the business, right? Not just like one of these wrestlers on SmackDown doing it. It's like, no, you don't get to do this.
Yeah, it's controlled by them.
Mhm.
That's what it is. Because they've done videos like that in the past. You know, I watched the video. It wasn't anything like mind blowing. There wasn't anything given up. So I don't. Yeah, we say it all the time. What are the fucking rules? Like, what are the rules of life at this point?
I have no idea. Still, I really don't. I see people breaking the rules all the time, and they get away with it.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, so. And then I do something like insanely minuscule, right? And step over the line like a hair. And it's like, woo, 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 woo. That's been my experience in life, right? And that's how it shows you how often I even try to cross any lines out here. But I'm watching everybody else do it constantly and they get away with it. And I'm being policed, even online, trying to do this silly thing, get this show over and stuff. And it's just like they're constantly like, oh, all them hours of work you put into doing all this. Oh, we'll allow these people to post the video directly, right? But you can't post it even if you fuck up the video, you change up the audio, you do this and that. No, you can't do it like that. You got to do it. I don't know which way, how I have to do it. These other people are allowed to do it outright, right?
Right. It's madness. It is. You don't know what you can do and what you can't do. It's all about money. That's what it is. It comes down to that. We can't post their videos because they're like, well, we own it and we make money. So,
but I transform it, and that's what fair use is supposed to be. Like, you see how I'm chopping up a lot of these videos, and then even YouTube's like, yep, that's what it is. And then they put it out there, and then it's like a week later, they're like, no. And then I have to fight it, and then it either stays up or it doesn't.
Yeah, you can't be creative anymore. They're stifling that.
And then in the meantime, there's a million AI videos using all of humanity's art and intellectual properties. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Yeah. So imagine one day, Sleaze, like anything you've ever done online, you just happen to see an AI once because, the show blows up and we're megastars and whatever. And somebody uses your likeness on all these different things and you don't get shit out of it, right? But I can't use a clips to do things, right? Rib shot. This is a full-blown Dr. Huge shirt. This is the OG right here.
Yeah, that's the OG one.
100th episode. We're going retro for this one, like Saturday Night Main Event.
Where's Jesse Ventura?
The greatest wrestling, was Hack. I think we both used to say this all the time. The greatest wrestling show ever. Because nobody ever claims that their show's the best ever, right?
Yeah.
It's not. You got it.
Well, that's why back in the day they would say, we got the best show on the planet. Yeah, well, we got the best show in the universe.
Yep.
How about that, fucker?
And multiverse, even. They kept trying to one up us, and it's like, well, in the multiverse. See, even Philly Sports Pride got a bunch of people all around the country have these sleeves. Not out of the country, though.
No.
That was funny that one day an Australian guy won a Sasha Banks pop off me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try to send it to you. And it was like $70. And I said, bro, I'm not sending you this. Yeah. $70 to send you a $10 Sasha Banks pop. Not doing it. And he was actually cool about it. He's like, I understand.
Yeah.
I said, thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Philly Sports Pride in the house. Your Eagles are in shambles over there, it looks like.
Jesus.
I don't know if that's true. I haven't really kept up. But shambles. I'm just going to go with that. And rip shot. What happened at the beginning of this rant? You got a video? I've had many videos taken down, but recently. And it's the tripping balls episodes. I thought I was going to be funny. I seen some videos back in the day, and you know, I see all the funny old school clips of WWE and WWF, and I'm like, you know what I'll do? I'll make like a video where somebody starts tripping balls, gets knocked silly, you know, missed it in the face, eats Hornswoggle's Cheerios or Lucky Charms there, and they just start tripping balls, and then all of a sudden I can hammer clips out to you of all the best, funniest moments in my professional expert opinion from the past. Some of them I'll chop up, you know, and do my little promo edit thing on or whatever. But yeah, WWE, I keep editing them and reposting them, and then they're like, nope, that's a problem now. So yeah. I'm kind of like, well, they just don't want me to do this. You know?
Yeah.
Stinks. Sucks.
Just make us a part of the podcast fucking organization network you have. You won't have to fucking worry about it.
I know. It would have been a great little series, too. 3 is still up because when I initially posted it, there was no problems. And, but, you know, there's always next week. So
try again.
Yeah, get that video in now. And it's preferable if you're on a substance of any type of substance to watch.
It was great.
Mm-hmm. Makes it 10 times better. If you watch these sober, it's, you know, it's funny and you remember some of the things, but no, you got to do it
loaded.
Yeah. Unsober.
Yes.
That's right.
Under the influence.
Whatever your choice is. I don't judge over here. You know, even maybe, right?
I'm gonna watch him again because I'm hyped up on NyQuil.
Well, 1 and 2 is over. All we got left is the Hornswoggle one where he gets Cheech and Chong just completely wasted off of Lucky Charms. Thank you. All right. What else are we going to talk? I mean, there's a ton to talk about, right, Cody? You still with us?
What do we want to talk about?
He's with us. We're going to talk about Tony Storm. More AEW news, Sleaze. Tony Storm got dumped on her head. I don't know if that was recently, but did you see her get pile driven?
Yeah.
Through a table? Yeah. I don't know if that was the way they wrote her off TV. I know she was attacked backstage as well, but supposedly she's like done for the year, they think.
Yeah. They were saying she's out for the rest of the year. I don't know why, though. They really haven't, unless I missed it. I don't know why.
They love her over there. You know, she was super over with me for a little while, but then it kind of, it got old pretty fast. You know, the faces and the gimmick. And
it's another talent that has total control over what she does, and it's not good. When she first came back, and probably about the first month, I'm like, oh, this is good. You know, the whole change that she did and some of the promos. And now it's just, you know, I'm going to punch you in the tits and uppercut your vagina and
taste the tuna, right?
Yeah, it's taste the tuna.
Yeah, it's taste the tuna type wrestling.
Yeah.
But how about this for a topic? You know, that just bores me. Tony Storm, get well. But
yeah,
you know, give me a 1 to 5 rating. How excited you are right at this moment for these matches? Here's the first one.
1 is the best.
No. 5 would be very excited.
Oh, we're doing a Meltzer. Okay.
3 would be average excitement.
Sure.
And 1 would be
the shit.
0. You could just say 0, no excitement at all. So CM Punk, Roman Reigns. Excitement meter.
It's picked up a little bit, so I'm going to say about a 4.
Wow, you're giving him, that's big credit. 4?
I think the match itself, I've been saying this for weeks. The creative, the match itself between the two of them is going to be good.
Acknowledge me.
You acknowledge him now.
I do. It's my tribal chief.
Acknowledge me.
No, I can't acknowledge you. Not yet, because to me, this has the excitement of. I'll give it a 1. I'm giving it a 1.
Wow.
Acknowledge me.
I was going to give it a 2, but I don't even think this latest promo, because some people didn't even like it. And to me, the promo was very in favor of Roman Reigns. Like,
of course.
He made CM Punk look like a douche this time around. I don't know if he ever. The only time Roman Reigns looks like a douche now is that fake laugh.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It almost is. It's getting over with me because he's doing it so much. It's kind of like, well, that's like his thing now. But yeah, it's terrible. It's not great acting. And CM Punk, I don't like either one of these guys. Maybe that's why my level of excitement for this match, I don't care who wins. Who cares?
Yeah. The only good promo that they had between the two of them was Punk and the Usos. I thought that was really good, the way that they played that off. But yeah, the one-on-ones with them, like, I'm going to put you in a grave next to your dad and like you're old. Yes. Like, this is what we're coming up with. And this is slated as the main event of both nights. The creative is, that's why I didn't give it the match itself is going to be great. The creative is lackluster.
Acknowledge me.
I still can't. I can't do it. It's a 1. And it's funny that we're on the other ends of the spectrum with it. It feels like thrown together. All of this, everything they're doing now does not feel natural. Doesn't feel like they're getting into a groove, that they're actually trying to be creative and write stories. It feels like they're just putting Legos together. Yeah. And, this piece fit. Yep. Oh, and then at the end of the day, you look at your little Lego masterpiece, and it looks like the shits.
It's the shits.
And
all
that's
right, so
what this is.
Let me clarify this. Okay, so we're not talking just match in general, right? We're talking about creative and everything like that. To give a 4, I'm saying the match. If I'm talking creative and everything that's coming into it, the way they threw this together, then I'm probably looking more towards like a 2.5 or 3. So I think that's probably my final vote with it, because the more I think about the creative, like they were Zebros at War Games, and then all of a sudden, for no reason, they're like, I hate you.
Because WrestleMania season, Sleaze. That's right. All of these angles. Have you noticed? It's all, boom, all of a sudden, I hate your guts.
Yeah. That part of it I don't like.
Zero lead in. I understand they're trying to do their best to make sense of this.
But they should have done this back in November. You know what I mean? Like, not fucking March.
Yep. And they're always like, yeah, well, we put these little seeds in here and there. And it's like, no, you didn't. That was an accident. That was just, they're not actually doing this, is all I'm saying. They're not really trying to create.
No, and what they did back in War Games with Roman and Cody, right? Where they were going to shake hands and Roman's like, nope, this is the last time, and da-da-da. You would have thought something was going to build to that. They should have done that angle with Punk and fucking Roman, and that would have been planting the seeds. If all of a sudden they were on a team and at the end, Roman's like, yeah, we're done after this. And then you fast forward to like February and Roman comes out and says, listen, I just never liked you. It would have made more sense because back at War Games, he said, hey, this is the last fucking time. So yeah, I changed mine to, let's say a 3. Let's say a 3 for that match.
All right.
With everything.
I'm being rough, but that's how excited I am for WrestleMania. A one-on-one match, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, when Roman Reigns is not even the tribal chief, as Punk always points out. You know, they're tearing each other down. They're not building each other up like a lot of these angles will do, especially towards the biggest match of the year. So they both look like shitheads. And then I'm supposed to root for one over the other. Why? All of a sudden, when there was no beefing going on for like ever here, they actually helped each other, as the Sleaze pointed out, at War Games. Yeah. So listen, I understand this isn't like some kind of fancy play that we're watching that needs to make sense and everything. but it should. Because I'm looking at the audience last night, Sleaze. The whole back of the announce table and everything. And I go, look at all these grown motherfuckers. Look at all of them. A sea of adults. Same thing with Disneyland. Same thing with, you go to all these different, which is more towards kids, you would think. No, not anymore. And it's still like a PG era. That's never made any sense to me.
Yeah, no.
Like, are we going? So they're going to allow them to say shit, and they're going to allow them to bleed on TV because it's WrestleMania season. Because they want to make a little more scratch, but then they're not going to do it any other time, and they're not going to. I just see this all as like a big cash grab now.
My big thing is, why does it take WrestleMania for like this kind of stuff to happen? Why can't they? And I'm not saying everything's perfect right now, but a lot of the stuff I'm seeing the last couple of weeks, like the Randy Orton beating the piss out of Cody, that was great. The Obafemi fucking Brock Lesnar shit, great. Like I said, the Jimmy Uso promo that he did, and I'm saying more towards Jimmy than Jay during that promo with CM Punk, great. Why can't they do this all the time? Just make more sense of it.
And it's tough because there is good stuff, but it's so
diluted
it's scattered because there's
nonsense.
So much content. Yeah. And Mac Diesel, my son loves wrestling, but my 8-year-old asked one day, why are they fighting? Meaning, what is the reason they dislike one another?
Right.
Yeah. And good luck explaining that. You go, well, last year, this one stole that one's manager. Okay.
Stupid. And there was a line that Roman said to Punk. He said, because Punk's whole thing, I brought the Shield in. You know what I mean? That was fucking 10 years ago, 12 years ago at this point. I brought the Shield in. And then Roman replies, he goes, you brought the other two in. You didn't bring me in. What does that even mean? Is there something I'm missing? Because they didn't even come in. He didn't say like, okay, so backstage you're a politician, right? So you liked Seth and you liked fucking Moxley, but you didn't like me. There was no follow-up to that fucking comment. So it made no sense whatsoever. If they would have planted that seed where it's like, oh, okay, so he saw something in the other two, but not me, and then fill that into the story, great. You got the storytelling, but he makes a comment like that. And I'm sitting there like, so I know a lot of this backstage shit, but was there ever anything ever said? I might be wrong. That like CM Punk didn't like Roman, like behind the scenes. It just, what are we doing?
And I even predicted a couple weeks ago, whatever. I'm like, Randy Orton's right there. You got all these injuries now. And Randy Orton's got nothing going on. And then poof, the very next show, he's, taking on Cody, eventually turns into a heel, like full blown heel, messes Cody Rhodes up, messes Zack Ryder up. I mean, that's his Christian name. I'm not going to switch it. What are you, Cassius Clay or something?
Yeah.
So, Zack Ryder goes out there and actually trusts Randy Orton after he beats up his friend the week before and bloodies him. What is stupid? You deserve that. So I'm kind of with Randy Orton and where they're going with this. It's just a little too late. Again, it's kind of late in the WrestleMania season to have a heel turn right before it. And now we're going to really try to build him up as a bad guy. So he goes out there and tries to cripple everybody and everything every week. I don't buy it. You were a good guy, Randy Orton, for like, whatever, 2, 3, 4 years now.
Again, and I understand, I'm pretty much under the impression none of these main events were planned out the way they were supposed to be. Like, obviously, Braun Breaker was supposed to be a part of whatever, and they had to, we always say pivot and all this shit. But yeah, if you would have planted the seed again, maybe at the Rumble where fucking Randy Orton throws out, fucking Cody Rhodes and he's like, I'm fucking crazy. But yeah, it was like a switch like this, like a light switch where it's like, I'm good Randy Orton. I'm the old, and now he's like what they're calling 2009 fucking Viper legend killer or whatever.
Ribshot says Punk suggested having Mock Seth and Chris Hero in a stable with him. Vince wanted Roman instead of Hero and then dropped Punk. That, I do remember something of that. I don't remember the Punk being involved in this. I do remember Chris Hero being supposed to having the spot with Roman Reigns. But that makes sense in why they would all be angry with it. You know what? I don't know. I can't even say Vince was right because he was wrong for so long with Roman Reigns, where he pulled the shit out of everybody with him for several years before the tribal chief stuff started happening. But Chris Hero, man. I mean, I don't know the reason why he never really became a thing. Because if he was like in that stable and around at that time, like in an NXT or whatever, in the developmental, how did he not get over? And then one day, it's just all of a sudden he was just really fat. He's fat. Yeah, and I was like, "Well, like that's Chris Hero. Why is he so fat? Would he have a couple babies?" He's fat.
But again, that's a story that does the general public know that? They're so concerned with they're not their diehard fans. They're Johnny-come-latelys or they're fair weather fucking friends. When you put out a comment like that, like Roman did, you saw the confusion in half the crowd because they're there because they're like, they saw you on Netflix or whatever the fuck. That's most of the crowd that's at these live events. So it's like they'll say in one breath like this, and then they'll say like, oh, okay, we'll do a sick burn where Roman's going to bring up something that nobody knows. So it's just the writing, again, the creativity, it's piss poor.
Imagine on another timeline, Mac Diesel, Chris Hero is Roman Reigns right now. He's fat! That's not me saying it. That's Scott Steiner, so you can't beat me up.
No.
Not my fault.
Nope.
Yeah, but how about that OVW ref, too?
Oh, God, yeah.
We brought it up a little bit, but I'm not even going to play the video. I tried looking for it before, but it looks like they kind of wiped it off of X at least. But yeah, I mean, how nasty was that? How do you, again, are wrestlers really this stupid? Are they just a bunch of dumb guys?
A lot of them, yes.
The Roger Jackson stuff and everything else. The guy lands right on the wrestler if you didn't see the video. This one guy does a backflip or whatever off the top rope, which I've never seen actually hurt or knock out anybody in my life. Fucking nails him. He knocks him out. Then he starts like convulsing on the mat, the ref. And they're still wrestling. They're trying to get their shit over still. I couldn't believe it. And then one of the wrestlers goes up to the guy, the ref, while he's like freaking out, and he starts kicking him, like trying to roll him like out of the way. I understand you're in the middle of something. How do you have no awareness of what's going on? You think he's selling like that?
It's crazy. It's crazy that some of these indie fucking promotions can still be in business. And it goes back to what I said in the beginning. There should be a governing agency that puts them out of business right now. And one of the funniest things, I don't know if you saw this. So Al Snow runs this thing, right? Notoriously not that bright of a guy. Very good trainer, but he should not be running anything. There's been past stuff of him doing and saying stupid shit. So he came out with a tweet or something after email, and literally they're saying it was AI generated. So this guy is so dumb, right? That he wasn't there apparently because he wasn't in the ring when this guy was convulsing. He wasn't on the 911 call. Any of this stuff. So the guy running the place wasn't even there and had hands-on shit having to do with this. And then he comes out with what they're saying is an AI-generated fucking response to it. Like, why isn't there somebody coming in and saying, listen, you are running an unsafe business here. You can't do it anymore.
That's fact, Jack, that Al Snow said it was AI generated or something?
No, somebody had put it into something and said, yep, this is believing that it was like 90% AI generated, the response that he put out. So you don't even give a shit about your employees. You couldn't even say like a heartfelt thing. And like, I wish I had it because I listened to it on Cornet yesterday. And it's like the shit he was saying was so like cookie cutter. There was no concern about the guy. There was no like, I should have been there. Where was I? We usually take care of it in this sense. He was just like, well, our talents know the risks and all this shit. Dude, a guy just got hit to the point that he started convulsing in your ring. Right? And they have the 911 call, and whoever's on the phone with the 911 person has no clue as to what he should be saying. It was so fucking unprofessional throughout the whole ordeal.
That's right. The call is out today, but again, I didn't take the time to listen to it, but holy mackerel. Mac Diesel said Al Snow settled out of court by giving him head. Whoa.
Hypothetically, we didn't say it.
Where's my O's? Oh, there it is.
Bad.
Yep. And Rib Shot says, I know that story well because I listened to it on the Cabana podcast loads of times while making videos from it. I'd imagine most of the audience is unaware. And of course, they're stupid idiots, these audience. They're not analyst journalists, YouTube experts like us. Come over to YouTube, hit the like button, share it, and all that good stuff. Thank you. I might be on Stuttering John's show later, bro. How crazy is that?
Nice.
The guy that we've been watching every once in a while, the guy that Rib Shot hates, and a lot of the other people are like, why do you even listen to this guy? I don't get it, and blah, blah, blah. Well, he's one of my favorites. And he said he would have me on. He actually tried to send me the link the other day, but it was too late. I got to get my naps in. So, John, if you're on later, I'm in. Fact, Jack, what's his other catchphrase? Skull. Let's skull real quick.
He does the elephant thing, too.
The bubbly.
Can you do that? I can't really do it without, like, doing the whole thing.
I get so much mucus in my face right now, I think I'll just lose it.
I know. I was really hoping Vince McMahon was going to call in today, too. He's going to call in soon. He told me he would.
Yeah. So stay tuned to that. That's a big one. We're going to have Vince McMahon on, guys. Yep. Exclusive.
Danny Damage, congrats on the 100th show, guys. I'll be with you in a little bit.
Yes.
Whoa. You are?
Yes.
I'm packing it in because it's so late night over there.
Hey, so back to Stuttering John, right? So let me just get this straight, because I would like to be in the chat and I would like to be heard, but I have to pay for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I might be willing to do that.
Yep.
I got to be heard.
You gotta pay. Everybody's got a price. Yeah. Everybody's gonna pay. You know that song. And I think it worked. Ted DiBiase Jr. is not guilty, sleaze. He didn't steal tax money from the poor families of MISSISSIPPI.
I didn't believe it for 1 second. His dad is the $1 million man. They have enough money. They have a whole belt.
Exactly.
Of diamonds and jewels.
They would never. I mean, $1 Million Man could have back in the day. I would maybe go back and look at some of that, but his son may have figured out the correct way of doing all this. I don't know, because I don't know nothing about the case. It was just, you sounded like some Brett Favre type shit, same areas as well. And, we know there's fraud going on everywhere, Sleaze. So when this case was brought about like 3 years ago or whatever, when I first heard of it, I was like, uh-oh, sounds like he's in trouble. And then he manages to get off. I'm like, and then he praising the Lord and things like this afterwards. And but isn't where there's smoke, there's fire? So there was no wrongdoing in 13 like different little cases that they were throwing at him, and he was cleared on all of it. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying, isn't it a little suspicious to me when, we know of everything else that's going on right now in our world, and they pressed the $1 Million Man's son, I don't know. I feel like there are higher things going on right now that us pores out here aren't necessarily aware of. You understand what I'm saying, Sleaze?
I do. I think it was a case just like O.J. Simpson, where if you have a really good lawyer, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeet.
Yep. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Right. Right.
And then he yeets with the hand and the glove pops off. I love how he put the glove on too. He put the glove on like this with his hand spread.
Yep.
He's like, see? Doesn't even fit over these 3 fingers here.
See?
Everybody, see? Can't even get over these fucking fingers.
Yeah.
Like, yep, got it.
Yeah. And he's got the latex gloves underneath. Fucking dumb.
So, hey, congratulations. No need to get well anymore, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Yeah, you did it.
Jesus and your lawyers figured it out for you. So,
people are saying that's who Randy Orton was on the phone with.
Yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Somehow he turned Randy Orton. He needed him to do those things to Cody Rhodes and stuff. He had to put in, like prison favors when people are like in other businesses and things to really stick it to somebody because they can't get to him. They need somebody else to do it, to touch him. The mafioso DiBiase Jr.
We got to ask Vince about this next week, but I'm thinking to myself, knowing my Vince McMahon, that if he was still in charge, that Ted DiBiase Jr. would show up next week on television and he would play the character that his dad did, but be much more of a scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be perfect. It'd be so good.
We need more managers. You know what I'm saying? Rib shot. Maybe the judge can be a manager. What do you think? You think that the judge is probably walking around somewhere with the $1 million belt?
Makes sense.
They bribed him with the $1 million belt. Hey, that would work for, I think, any judge. Especially when you go, would you like the $1 million belt or would you like this? And
right.
Gives them the neck sign. How about we stomp on your neck? Like, well, stomping on my neck doesn't sound that fun. Huh?
It makes me think, what happened to the $1 million championship? Did the ringmaster just throw it in the trash when he turned into Stone Cold? Or
LA Knight had a whole bit with it in the Black and Gold era, I believe.
Oh, I missed that.
Mm-hmm. He was managed by the $1 Million Man and all that. You should go back and watch some of that stuff. I think it was pretty good. I have to go back and watch it too, because towards the end of the Black and Gold era that everybody seemed to love, Johnny Wrestling and Chip Ciampa and Finn Balor coming back, and Adam Cole. I thought that era was the fucking shits.
Yeah.
I would not date a man.
What?
I would not tear up.
Where'd you come from?
I would not put on makeup.
Yeah, that too. But it was the shits.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what that pastor was saying, but but I believed everything he said.
Yep. Screaming about not carrying purses or something. I don't know. Do whatever you want, folks. Don't listen to him.
No.
Okay. If you want to carry a purse like all the NBA players and shit, carry a purse then.
The fuck are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Remember all the rappers are wearing dresses and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That kind of stopped for a little bit, but the Diddy stuff, I think, exposed all that to the normies. So
how did that culture turn into what it is today? Like, I question myself that every day. How did the rap culture turn from the 80s and 90s stuff that we grew up with, into what it is today?
I know. You want to hear it? I know. I know exactly, because I was there from the beginning, and I understand and I've heard that, the way it starts is obviously organically. There was no internet, none of that back in the day. So you had people in the street rapping, DJing, breakdancing, graffiti. It was a whole like teenager thing. And a lot of poor teens that, weren't going to afford guitars and drums and all this stuff, right? So they would all have record players because every family usually had a record player. You get two of them together, you work with other people to get a few other little trinkets and mixers and things. You create a whole culture. It blows up in the 80s. Then the business shows up, right? The bankers show up, as we'll say, right?
The Satanists show up.
Yeah, and they're like, we would like to now do Run DMC and Fat Boys and start getting into now turning this into a real thing where we're going to arenas. And then we get to the late 80s where now the government is like, wow, they're really making fucking a lot of money off this. How about we take this and we make money on so many different ends and we feed a lot of different systems that we need to feed, like the prison system. And we just make everybody gangsters and sell drugs and break up families and all this stuff by repeating,
good times. Good times.
Over and over and over. And then as it's gone along, it's basically been a big psychological operation. And that's fact, Jack. That's not even a fucking conspiracy anymore. They call it the the prison pipeline, like music to prison pipeline or whatever. And that's even why one of the guys from the Clips, remember, he became like that. That's why I think a lot of these guys become preachers and shit. Like all of a sudden they're doing like all this rap shit, and then they're like a preacher, right?
Yeah, DMX,
Mace, Run DMC, there, Run from DMC, and another guy I was just about to bring up, and it's just, I forgot, but I was going somewhere with it. But basically, yeah, it's the music now, the pop, that's what pop music is now. It's all Satanism, sleaze, really, when you think about it. It's a low vibrational trying to make everybody stupid, hate themselves, and hate everybody else around them. And that's with good beats, though.
So that's how they got to the dresses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because you need to control, you need to also put out messages through these people that everybody looks up to and idolize and things. Yep.
Gross.
Yep. That's how I got into conspiracies in the first place. Is I started looking into the music business and how I could get in, what I needed to do. And I started over and over again. I started noticing a pattern here that you don't just get to waltz in there and go, I'm good at this, guys. Look at all the records I sold. It's just, they eventually go, are you going to suck this dick? Are you going to sacrifice this person? Are you going to do this? It's all stuff I'm not doing. So I just went, whoa. And
I don't like penises, so I can't do it.
No, not even the micro one. You wouldn't do it for, a $5 million contract or anything?
No, I think I'm allergic. I don't know. It's weird. I get a rash. I don't like it.
And Paladin says he wears a muumuu to bed. And on his OnlyFans, breaking news. Is that breaking news?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
What do we want to talk about?
G.
It's not breaking to me because I'm a subscriber to his OnlyFans.
Oh, wow. You already knew this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just supporting him. It's not for anything else.
I've been looking to get some OnlyFans models on here, and they ignore the huge.
Of course they do. Most of them are AI. So, I mean.
Maybe that's it. I'm asking all the AIs to come on. That should be easier for them. Like Lawnmower Man and shit. Like they should just be able to pop on whenever they want, right?
Yeah.
Remember Lawnmower Man, kids?
Of course not. Fucking don't know shit.
All right, to keep up with this little bit I had going with the 1-5s, we didn't even do the rest of the matches. We did CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I'm not interested. The Sleaze is a little interested. And now we got 1-5 Sleaze, Cody Rhodes, Randy, Kenneth Orton.
See, with this one, it's Cody Rhodes in his wrestling. It's just so boring. It's cookie cutter 5 moves of doom now. So,
holy shit.
This is like a 2.5, I would say, with that one.
Go fuck yourself.
No, I will not, Cody. You go fuck yourself.
I've been saying it for a while. I think Randy Orton's boring. I'm sorry. I get why everybody likes him. He's been around forever. He's a legend. He's a legend killer. He does it all right. Mr. Headlock Man, though, going up against Cody Rhodes is just not memorable. It's not going to be memorable unless Chris Jericho shows up or something outside of this happens. But anybody that's been getting involved with Cody Rhodes is it's been the shits.
It's the shits.
So Paladin, again, I'm with you. I'm not going to give these a 0. I didn't give it to CM Punk and Roman. I have more excitement. How about this? I'll give Roman and CM Punk a 1.5. I'll give this a 1, just like Paladin.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's too little too late. Again, it's what I said earlier about Randy Orton, who I like better in this match, especially as this heel. But I see it for what it is. They're scrambling. They're trying to make something happen out of nothing. And I'm just not buying it, so I don't care.
It's weird the way I think about it because they threw the belt on Cody for whatever reason, right? So I'm thinking beyond WrestleMania. So what is next for Cody Rhodes if he keeps the belt? You know what I mean? Because he's always been better chasing the belt. Every time he's had the belt since he came back, it's been lackluster. So what is there for Cody Rhodes after? But it's also for Randy Orton. If he wins the title, what is there for Randy Orton? That's why this match doesn't intrigue me. And I think everybody wanted this match when Cody came back. They're like, oh, him and Orton. If they would have done this and they would have dragged it out over the course of 6 months or so, I think it would have been better. But there's no clear plan that anybody is putting out there saying what happens after Mania for either one of them having the title. So it's sort of a pointless match because the creative isn't there. You're not invested because they didn't have a really good storyline of their animosity towards each other or rivalry or whatever. And then what happens after?
I say give it to Orton. He starts stacking these championships again to catch Cena. That's something you can talk about and even make recent callbacks to all these goldfish brains that forget everything within 5 years. And then you go like that with Randy Orton being a vicious heel cheater champion that does whatever it takes, because that's what this character seems to be doing. I'm going to hurt my friends. I'm going to hurt whoever's. And, I'm going to be unpredictable, Stone Cold style with my RKOs, like the stunners and things. I'm just going to nobody should like me. Nobody should trust me because I'm the Viper. But people keep doing it because I've been around so long, and I'm been such a nice guy from before that now this turn, a lot of these people backstage may not know this Randy Orton, right? That's the angle that they should be just hammering it out with. Cody Rhodes, I got nothing. What the fuck do you do with Cody Rhodes?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. As soon as they had this match, I'm like, what the fuck is happening after this? I don't know. Creative again. You know what I mean? If they would have built up a nice story and all this, I'd be more excited. But it's not leading into long-time storytelling that they say they do and they don't.
Yep, RKO everything. He's got the new T-shirt with blood on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's going crazy over it. He's going to sell so many T-shirts just like that, Danhausen. And I'm already sick of Dan. I knew that this was going to happen, Sleaze. And it always makes me more mad now that everybody likes something. And I'm like, that you don't like this. Stop liking this because it's cheap.
Yeah, but that's the point of it. It's cheap humor. That's why we don't disagree much, but I'm actually, when Danhausen came, I had seen his stuff before and I'm like, oh, that's quirky. That's all that stuff. So when he came here, I was like, oh, okay. So we have this now. But some of the shit he's doing to me is fucking, he walked around as Stone Cold. I don't know if you've seen this video where he's he's saying what and fucking all this other shit, and check it out. To me, it was funny as fuck. But I also want to see him wrestle. I don't want to just see another R-Truth that, you'll see wrestle every 4 months or something. I want him in an actual thing. Like, it's been funny the last month or so with him fucking around with everybody in the background, but he has to start like getting into a rivalry, which I think they're doing with him and the Miz, where he wants the Miz to be his mentor. But I think it should turn out that they fight each other, and I think he's, the Miz is at the point where he's developing younger guys, so I think it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But I think he's going to get old quick. Right now, to me, he's funny, but you need to do more with him.
I don't know. Things seem to stick around for years now. Remember back in the day, like it moves so fast.
Yeah.
And when you look back at it, you're like, wow, like when DX first formed, I remember watching all that stuff live and seeing like Rick Rude and all these random people that you wouldn't even know were a part of DX because they literally left within a week or two, and then the group changed, and then it changed into something else, and then it just like it was just different. And then Shawn Michaels is gone like within like 5 months, but it felt like what they did in that time period was so much more entertaining than what you get from a year of this shit that they give you now.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and it makes me think of Seth Rollins because, and maybe it's just me, but ever since he's come back as that masked guy, it's sort of the feeling of like, okay.
Yeah.
Because again, this is another thing that I at least complain about is like you have the same characters all the fucking time for the past 10 years. And he's one of them where it's like you have the same cast of characters in the main event scene. And I think it's gotten to a point maybe with some of these people, even when Seth came back, they were like, oh, it's you again. You know what I mean? They blame it on the fucking, the shuffling and all this stupid shit. I think it's that's why I'm glad, again, I've said it the last couple of weeks, the Obafemis, the Sol Rukas, the fucking all these people they're bringing up, they need to because it's getting very stale. Because you have everything in the main event where it's, it's Drew McIntyre. As much as I love him, it's Cody Rhodes, it's Seth Rollins, it's CM Punk. It's all the same people.
Yep, and I'm a Seth Rollins guy, but I'm with you.
Me too.
We all knew he was going to be the masked man. They did the bit over again. We got what we got, and it fucking stinks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Always that. So, here's another match, right? Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. I don't know if you saw the bit from last night where the car crash in the beginning. They're really going all out with this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is more. How is this one being booked better than the two belts? You're booking this. Well, go ahead.
It's two things. They've been doing this one for months, which is long-term storytelling, and there's a ton of violence. There's less talk, and there's more beating the bag out of each other. Mm-hmm. That's what we talk about. It's a fight. They're building up a fucking fight between them.
The car accident. I didn't actually see the wreck. I don't know if they showed it, but they did it.
It's fantastic.
Each other. He pulled him through the windshield, started beating Jacob Fatu into a bloody pulp, goes inside, cuts a promo. All this comes out, confronts him, and they're screaming at each other some more. It feels like all this has got to get involved at some point with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time, who was it he was supposed to fight like months ago at War Games or whatever? He was getting into it with somebody else too. But
I don't remember at this point.
Either way, McIntyre is doing his thing. Fatu comes back into the arena and they go at it. He puts McIntyre through the table, shakes the head, does that whole deal. And everybody seems to like it. Towards the end of the night, they end up fighting again outside, go up on some scaffolding. Like, how did you end up there in the first place?
I don't know, but I loved it.
But okay, they both fall off. This is the stuff we've been asking for. So
yes.
Give us more of this outside. Not everything has to be in the arena. Do it more.
Yeah. Like I forgot what segment was going on, but then all of a sudden they started fighting on the stage. They interrupted the segment where everybody's concerned with everything going on in the ring, but then they're like, "Oh shit!" and everyone starts running to the fucking stage because they're beating the shit out of each other again. Like that's wrestling right there. And like I said, that's been going on for months. So that right there is how you build up a rivalry. Like, I want to see this match WrestleMania card. You know, it's not coming out and saying, "Well, I'm going to bury you next to your dad," and then walking out. Or getting pushed, or like, "Well, you're old," and then somebody getting punched and the grin at the end. No, shut the fuck up. Oh, the doctor lost something. There we go.
Lose my slippers.
Oh, the slippers.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm giving this one a solid 3. I can't really give it a 4 or a 5. I'm not that excited for it. I'm not disinterested like the other ones. So with 3, you got me with this because, again, McIntyre was just the champion. Now he's fighting with Jacob Fatu again. I know they had that baked in just in case. And I don't know. I like McIntyre better than all these guys. And they're not doing him any favors by the way that they're booking him, but hey, at least he's in the WWE. He's a top guy. I mean, he's got nothing to complain about. So
I would agree. I'd give it about a 3, but so far this is a regular match, right? There's no stipulations. There's no crazy shit.
You know, there will be.
Right. So I would continue this bullshit with them that they just randomly will show up, start kicking the shit out of each other. So I would want Nick Aldis to come out and say, "You know what? At WrestleMania, it's a cage match. Like, you guys have nowhere to fucking go. You're in a cage. I want to see big guy beat the shit out of big guy. I want some blood." I would give it about a 4, 4.5 at that point if they made it that way. But as a regular match, after going from, beating the shit out of each other and hitting cars and flying off shit, they got to do a stipulation match with them.
How about Hell in a Cell?
Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to have one this year.
No, do it with these two dudes. Be perfect. Yep. That would up my Star Meltzer rating.
How about a Demolition Derby?
Yeah, maybe.
And they just keep crashing into each other, and then whoever like stalls out gets dragged out by the other guy.
Right. It'd be like, do like a Twisted Metal where you have like 10 different vehicles that are all fucked up. We'll go into like a baseball stadium, Yep. Be great.
Put guns and rockets on cars and they can shoot it at each other and stuff. But It will be fireworks like Matt Hardy did.
But when the vehicles hit each other, they got to be clear dummies that are driving the vehicles, not the wrestlers.
Right. We got to point that out to WWE because they had put live people in there.
No, we're all about safety.
And blow them up, just like Vince McMahon. They did that to Vince McMahon, and then, Benoit did that thing, and all of a sudden Vince McMahon came back from the dead. I was like, what? Like, weren't you in a limousine that just blew up and all the news is talking about it and everything? And Benoit fucked that angle up. Boy, did he expose the business with that shit.
Yeah.
Please.
That's why kayfabe's dead, because of Chris Benoit.
Ruined it for everybody.
Crazy.
Ripshot 80s and 90s was all nutty guys shouting their promos. Almost everyone was different to normal people and super hype from Warrior to Austin. I swear nobody does that anymore. Everyone's pretty normal. And that's what I don't like, Sleaze.
Yeah.
I want them to be amped the fuck up. I want Stone Cold would be so over now. It would be stupid. Could you imagine taking him from that time period, putting him in now, and being like, you can't do this stuff, and then he does it anyway? What are you going to do? Fire the biggest thing in wrestling?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he would go in the indies and make a fucking fortune. Middle fingers and kicking and stunning ladies and like, yeah, just in general, the screaming promos. Like, everybody screamed. Even the women would get amped up in their promos. These ones, not so much.
Back in the day, it was, you looked at wrestlers as larger than life people. You know what I mean? Everything they did, they were big people. They were loud. They were, over the top characters. That is like gone now. where it's just like you got a guy that used to work at Chipotle that now puts on tights and does a bunch of flips, and then they say, well, I'm going to say something very meaningful to you. And that's what's going to spark this rivalry where, I'm going to mention something from fucking 10 years ago that nobody knows about, but you'll know. And then we'll fight at Mania.
That's right. That's right, Danny. Go ahead. Say something special.
Fuck
Good
yeah.
evening. Hello, everybody.
What's going on? Nice hat.
Love the hat.
It's the cat bus hat. I've busted out for the 100th episode. Congratulations.
Nice.
100th episode. Whoa. Yeah, this 100th episode, not theirs. Yeah. All right. So I thought it was.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Sorry.
Is that a Pokemon hat?
We don't know what we're talking about.
Studio Ghibli. It's from My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah, I thought he was just saying gibberish at first. I was like, yeah. You love the Japanese. Huh.
Yeah, not everything, but yeah, I like a lot of stuff from over there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You love that anime. You love AEW, of course. That's why you got a picture behind you.
Yeah.
Yep. You missed. I need your thoughts on Ronda Rousey because now she's AEW. Did you hear anything about this? Because we were trying to figure out, is she actually like with AEW and going to do some matches, or was that like a one-off kind of like plugging her Gina Carano fight?
Yeah, I laughed at your comment the other day about it, but I obviously didn't elaborate on what side of it I was amused at. If you've gone to WWE, yeah, it's going to add some numbers to their fight, but I don't think it's going to do a massive amount for the Carano and Rousey fight on AEW. Are the AEW fans sort of like welcoming her? Have they just been nice about it, or were they?
I heard they booed.
Right. So
you rained down
she's not even, right. Oh dear. Yeah, I'd like Ronda Rousey. I've always said I think they messed it up and they dropped the ball with her. They could have done something really special with her if they hadn't have rushed her. If they just had her as like Stephanie McMahon's bodyguard, who just got hands on people, no matches for like a year or something.
No talking for a year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have just built so fucking much, and just that eventual turn from Rousey on Stephanie would have just been fucking. Oh, people would have gone nuts for it, and they would have really liked it, I think. But they rushed her, got her in the ring, and we all know what happened. She fell out with them, they fell out with her. She lost her interest or love for the WWE or wrestling, but she's gone back to AEW, or she's gone to AEW. There aren't going to be many people that are going to try it on with her, I don't think, which is funny. Like lasses just like taking liberties and stuff in the ring.
Not unless it's stupid.
Yeah.
And there might be some of them,
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, that potential in WWE was always funny, but people sort of like knew better there. Whereas in AEW, because they don't have many people saying no to them and like giving them advice that they're going to take on board, someone might get a bit cocky. I think that'd be interesting.
I wonder if Ronda Rousey is going to start doing what was her name, Special Star or whatever, that Mexican wrestler, Rib Shot. I get to scream Rib Shot when I forget stuff. Rib Shot. But yeah, she was the Mexican wrestler that broke the goth girl's arm from TNA, from that group, with the face paint and all that. I'm losing my mind today. Have another one.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no. We had Thunder Rosa on the show. I tried to get her back on. She won't even respond to me now. Why? The show's better than ever. This is the time to come on, Thunder. Let's go. Is it because we poo-poo AEW a little too much? Not even me. I don't even say anything bad about AEW generally. It's these guys.
No, it's me.
Blame all them.
Right. It's me.
Yeah.
Sexy star. See? Thanks.
Video and text evidence. Saying that you're right with that one. Extensive.
Mm-hmm. See, I know things too. I remember stuff.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey going to break everybody's arms over at AEW. That would be quite the story. She just goes crazy one day backstage and starts fucking snapping arms left and right, because that's pretty much the only move she's ever done. I mean, let's keep her real. I know this MMA business. All the fights she wins is because she takes people down. She gets the arm bar, and nobody could stop it because, women's fighting, like we pointed out, Sleaze, has been around, 20 years? It hasn't really been around that long. So these guys are like, You're dealing with a Wilt Chamberlain with a bunch of other like plumbers, you know.
Oh, the way AEW is going with their, every match has to have blood and glass and fucking syringes. They're probably going to pitch a thing where, hey, we want you to really go out and break somebody's arm. I think that'd be good for Dynamite. You know?
I would actually tune in for that.
Oh, God.
How about this story? WWE possibly going to be pulling out of some Saudi events. I heard Night of Champions is highly doubtful at this point. And of course, they're getting bombed.
Yeah, they're getting bombed all over the place. Remember, of course they're going to pull out.
People were laughing at me months ago. Remember, I just watched the movie The Kingdom with Jamie Foxx. It randomly showed up on my TV. So I hit the info button. I'm like, what's this about? And it's like, oh, this is in Riyadh or whatever. One of them places that WWE goes over there to do these big shows. And then I'm watching this movies and it's like shooting back and forth through the streets and shit, people blowing up all over the place. And I get it's a movie, right? But this was like a movie from the year 2010 and they're like portraying what's going on at the time. We're talking about 15 years later. I ain't going over there for shit. You're not going to catch me at a WWE show over there. So that was before all this. And I was like goofing on it, kind of like, yeah, I just watched The Kingdom. Now you want me to go to wrestling events over there? Like, there's no way. So it's actually happening. I don't want anybody to be bombed to be hurt. But I mean, WWE, I get you like the money and stuff, but you didn't see any of this coming. You were willing to risk it, I guess. So now you're going to pull out and you're going to have to pivot again and go to Italy or something like somewhere else. Who knows? But good luck with that. Get well with it because I don't see that situation over there finishing up anytime soon, no matter what anybody says.
No, and it doesn't take a war for that shit to be happening. It happens all the fucking time for decades. It's been happening. So it's like I would never go there anyway.
Oh, man. I just knew it. I mean, they had a nice little run there, being able to go there and stuff, and they seem to have made it out unscathed. So why even chance it and go back? They were supposed to have WrestleMania there, right?
Yeah, I think next year.
Oh my God!
You know what TKO's going to start doing? They're going to start making their own missiles.
Yeah, so
they could fight back when they go over to Saudi.
You know what they should do is just shoot Danhausen at them. Annoy everybody to death.
Yeah.
Richard also said, imagine the Ultimate Warrior. Now he'd be going viral every week for his crazy, nonsensical stuff. Now every wrestler tries to act rather than letting the lunacy take center stage. And that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Well, back in the day, too, guys, you got to remember there was a lot of steroids and a lot of cocaine. You know what I mean? So it's like, unless you start pumping these guys up with that shit, you're probably not going to get that craziness.
Well, it's kind of a good idea, Sleaze, right?
Assume the controls. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was going to take your plane down, Hulk Hogan. Remember that one?
Yeah.
With the power of the Warriors or some problems. I don't know.
That is the greatest promo of all time.
It's a pretty good one. He seems demon possessed in that promo, The Undertaker. Go watch it, folks. If you haven't seen it, not now, after the show, of course, after you hit the like button and tell everybody that the show exists and things, 3 p.m. Saturdays. But that promo there, they cuts on Hulk Hogan, it was so deranged, so despicable, so weird, creepy. And I'm telling you, I think he might have been possessed by maybe one of the spirits of the Warriors, like you said, through the steroids and the cocaine and everything else.
Yes. I remember being a kid and like specifically sitting there with my grandfather and watching the Ultimate Warrior do a promo. And then I would turn to my grandfather and say, what was he just talking about?
He goes,
and my grandfather goes, I don't know, but he's going to beat somebody up.
I don't know. He's going to gorilla press him, though.
Yeah.
Imagine you hold somebody up over your head and you're doing these.
Yeah.
He was nuts.
Cocaine. Yep. It's a hell of a drug.
I just saw a video of Iron Sheik fighting him. at a Comic-Con recently. Not recently, like years ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this video, because I heard the Ultimate Warrior kind of like blew him off, because you know how the Sheik does, is always doing his gimmick and calling everybody names. He's doing this basically.
You are a fucking gay bar champion.
And I'm sure Ultimate Warrior heard of it, took it serious. He doesn't understand some of these other guys are like working for life, brother, and because they need to. And he went to shake his hand or whatever, and Ultimate Warrior kind of was like, just get out of here. And Sheik just went berserk on his manager. Why did you bring me over here? It's a whole thing. Another great video. I would take it and put it in my Trippin' Balls videos if WWE didn't keep suing me. Stop taking me to court.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get Ted DiBiase Jr.'s lawyer.
Seriously. Who? I got to call him. That is a great advertisement.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He's not guilty, Danny, if you heard.
Yeah, I did hear a little bit of you earlier on talking about it.
Yep. And Tama Tonga got in trouble. They fined him a lot of money. And what else happened? Angel Garza started fighting with marks online that were disrespecting him. Because this is what trolls do, right? They, whatever you say, the sky is blue, and then they say, no, it's not, and you're an idiot, and this and that. So Angel Garza supposedly is in the WWE, and he's not wrestling in AAA, which is like his dream or whatever, because of the money. And he's like, well, yeah, duh. It's my job. I would like to get paid more than getting paid less.
I mean, that's the goal.
And people are coming after him for it. And he started, I like this. Every once in a while, wrestlers need to do this to blow up some steam. This is how you do it, Ricochet. You turn it around on them and go, look at you. Why are you so invested in my life? And by the way, I'm making more money. That's kind of, I don't give a fuck what you think. You know?
And that's the way he should be handling it. Instead of being one of those people, he becomes one of these people. You know, that, he goes at it like he's not a professional wrestler. He's very unprofessional. And this is where, and Jim Cornette and Brian Last said this too. It's like, you would think he's got it in his brain that he's playing a character, but I don't think he's intelligent enough. I think that it's whatever the fuck his real name is. I forget what it is. It's him being an idiot and fighting with people for real. He's not playing a heel on Twitter. He's just dumb.
Come on the show anytime. I would love to talk to you about this and much more. I will give you all the leeway to talk. Anybody, you can say your piece. You know me. I'm not one of these. I'm not a gotcha guy. I just want to get down to the truth of the matter, right? That's all. And Ricochet, again, they do all these other stupid shows. These other shows that talk about wrestling and stuff, they would never know anything about what we're talking about half the time. The TMZ ones and the fucking this ones and the that one on these platforms, they fucking stink. They can't even say fuck most of the time. They can't.
I would love it, and I don't know why we don't do this, why we don't try to attract more AEW wrestlers to come on. I see why we don't, because I shit on them constantly, and so does Danny. Sure. So it's kind of hard to get them on, but you would think that with the off-the-leash fucking mentality they have, they would be willing to come on. Like, I'd love to have Ricochet on and be like, dude, what is the fucking deal? You know, but who knows?
I'll reach out. I'm going to keep trying, because I'm telling you, it was weird. Back 10 years ago when we started doing all this, I would hit up people online that were literally on WWE the night before, watching them on TV, and they would get right back to me and either say, no, thank you, this is my rate, or I will absolutely do it. Like, just give me the times and the dates. Everybody's so unprofessional now. Nobody even answers back. I don't get it. It doesn't matter if you deem somebody too small to talk to, too large to want to deal with anything. You should be doing all this stuff, not just the ones that are like Barstool and all these. Fuck these people.
Yeah, fuck them.
They're like the new media. It's taking over that old dinosaur media, but they know better. You know what I mean? It's all fucking weird nepotism and shit like that going on. You know,
ego buffing.
Yeah, a bunch of people blowing each other, telling
Yeah,
each other at the best when they really stink.
And to Sleazy's point, that's what they're trying to avoid. Well, that's what they want, sorry, but with a show like this, where you aren't just going to brown nose them for the sake of it, they don't like that because they're used to just having people telling them they're great because they're either in their little posse or somebody else tells them they're great, so then you tell them that they're great in return, even if you don't mean it, and they're just used to that now. It's sad.
Yeah, I don't do that here. I'm good to everybody that comes on and guests and stuff. I'm not just going to, ambush people that come on the show, but it's like, I'm going to just treat them like a normal person. If I think you're wrong and you can't handle being told that I think you're wrong, then maybe this isn't the show for you,
Enzo Amore said it for years. These people are soft.
Yep.
That's what it is. They all have fucking brittle fucking egos. Unless you're sucking on them and, feeding them everything they fucking need, they're not going to do it. And it makes for just piss poor fucking entertainment. It really does.
We're just using words, and we don't even use the bad words.
No, no,
we're pretty good about it.
Yep, they don't want entertainment though. They just want promotion. That's what they see it as.
Yeah,
the news outlet is promoted by getting them on, and they're promoting them by having them on. So it's just back scratching constantly. And I do understand, that's sort of that's how the world works, and you have to give a little to get a little. But just like Doc just said, you don't need to just go all in for yeah, you're right on everything, and not challenge them about anything ever.
It's just I can't imagine, say the show starts gaining some steam and gets picked up again or whatever, we get into a network or whatever the case may be in the future, and then people will be trying to come on that ignored me in the past, and I'm going to be like, huh? You wouldn't believe the people that the people that aren't in the business ignore me. But they're trying to do things, but then they just don't want to deal with me. For what? Am I that scary? Is it this scary to talk online for everybody? I don't think it's that crazy.
They're soft. They're all soft. They're all fragile. They all have self-esteem issues. People that have panic attacks before they go out and have matches. That's the industry we're in right now.
I think the only way I see to get over it, and I'm just not doing it, is the drama stuff.
No,
because it's just bullshit. I'm not doing works and all this stuff. I think there's enough material that we can all goof on it and build bits off of it and things like that. But I don't need to be fighting with everybody just to get eyes. I don't feel that I should be having to do that, because the only thing anybody answers to these days is me being a fucking dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I try to be good and nice and do my thing and push that forward, nobody gives a fuck. As soon as I start getting nasty and in the mud with people, they're all of a sudden I get all the attention in the world. And everybody answering back to me.
I can be quiet on Twitter for weeks, right? I get no fucking messages. I get nothing. As soon as I say something just off color, then I get flooded. That's exactly what it is. And it's so confusing because you have these shows that are dominating everything, where it's oh my God, you're so good and you're this and you're that and you're going to accomplish so much and everything's fucking positive. But then nobody pays attention to anything unless it's negative. It's so confusing.
Do I have to attack the multiple sclerosis community or something over here to get a little notice?
That's how we got to get viral. Or start an OnlyFans, or
we are the scariest, Coach.
Eat babies. Yeah, we are scary.
I'm wearing a fucking cat hat.
Yeah.
Not that scary.
No.
That's a pussy hat, isn't it?
Well, it's actually a cat bus. It's imagine a big yellow bus, but it's actually a cat that can just run at a fucking 100 miles per hour. It's got
fast
windows
pussy.
And everything. Yeah.
Fast pussy.
Well, we do have to point out, I don't know if I pointed out that Ricochet apologized for his statements, but he did. After I think somebody basically talked to him and one of the close people to him and said, hey, maybe you want to take this one down or whatever. And And then
Guy's a moron. He's a moron. Just an idiot. Come on the show, Ricochet.
right.
Sorry, I missed what he said. I'm very, very sorry. I know it was me being late, but what did he say, basically?
He, a lady online said his acting is still bad, like with some laughing emojis or whatever. And he said, "I'm glad you have MS." And she did. And then everybody went nuts.
Because on her bio, she says, you know, I have MS. So the sicko had to go on her page and like look for ammunition and said, well, MS is the one I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking idiot.
Is he a heel at the minute?
Yeah, not a very good one.
He's a heel, yep.
Yeah.
That looks
I see what he's doing, but yeah.
You see what he's doing, but again, it's like what you said, Sleaze. I also heard a clip. Jim Cornette's just like, he's stupid.
He's an idiot.
You got to know where the lines are.
Right. And Danny, I'll fill you in with more. So he came after and said, well, it's fine for you guys to sit there and threaten my life and my wife's life. And a guy responded basically and said, well, you know, that's terrible, but you just went after somebody that said you just don't know how to act and attacked her for having MS. Like, that's different, you moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like those other, like, we get it. We understand what's going on. And that's what the pro wrestlers and indie wrestlers and all this out here have to understand, that we're not going to just like nuke them with the worst things in their life or whatever when they come on a public setting with me. Like, we're not stupid idiots. You know, we're not douchebags. We're not scumbags or anything like that. Like, we actually, anybody that's willing to come on and talk to us, I'll put over, you know? And I think people think that we're trolls or we're looking to troll people or get at people, and that's not the case.
No. And there's the problem I'm having is a lot of these wrestlers just need to stop interacting with the fans. Like Rhea Ripley just came out with something else, and I'm not talking shit about her, and it's not bad what she said. But she was basically like, somebody must have body shamed her or some shit. So she was like, you know, she had a response to it. You should be able, as a professional in this business or any kind of entertainment, you know there's going to be shitbags out in their mom's basement that are going to say, well, Rhea Ripley, you know, your body is this. Just don't respond. You know, you don't have to be the almighty and say, well, I'm going to be the voice of the voiceless, and I'm going to be the one that says, hey, you guys need to stop body shaming. Just don't say anything. It's below you. You guys are up here in the public eye, and you got Tom fuckery that's down in his mom's basement. Why even interact? Why care?
And H back in the building, famous chatter.
Famous.
Mm-hmm. And Ribshot, of course, famous on YouTube. He gets more likes on one. He has a video up for 5 minutes, gets more likes than all the likes I've ever had in my life.
Because we're blacklisted.
Yep. That's how famous he is. You should come on, Ribshot.
Yeah.
Come on here.
We'll ask the real questions.
2 Englishmen on one of my shows. I don't know if I can handle that, Sleaze. It's a lot of Englishmen.
Yeah.
Mark Facebook says AEW is what happens when nerds get popular and powerful.
They're all dorks.
I can see that. I can see it. Come on my show, you nerds and dorks.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not one of those. Hold on, let me adjust this. Tom fuckery sounds soft. He's probably got one of those hats.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Ripshot does not like your hat.
Finally, some drama. Let's go. And
yeah.
I'm not
We're building up a Ribshot Danny fucking match for Mania.
Yep. Who's the real English guy on the Dr. Huge show that's going to talk about wrestling, right? And then he'll come on with a different hat or something. Find your hat, Ribshot. I think he's got one like what's his name over there? The one that used to do the gimmick. We the people.
Oh,
Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Jack Swagger in AEW with his hat. Remember he had a whole hat gimmick over there?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I dodged that.
I forgot he was in AEW, to be honest.
Or I repressed it, one of the two.
Yeah.
Your hat's better than his, Danny. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm.
So what would we rank Rib Shot and Danny Damage
Oh, the
at WrestleMania?
level?
Yeah. 1 to 5.
-1.
Yeah.
In reality, for us, I think we'd get a hoot out of it. Unless this rib shot, you might be 6'6", 300 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Yet.
I don't think I've ever seen Rib Shot.
Well,
Jeez.
he hides.
Yeah.
But we're going to see him soon. He's going to come on the show. And, yeah.
Challenge Danny.
Everybody.
Yep.
Everybody's
Hat
going to
match.
see your face. Rib shot. And what Stuttering John just canceled his show after hearing. I got to look this up. Hold on.
What?
It's not fact, Jack. I think he's trolling me. Mm-hmm. I never called him a nerd. He's the Duke. I would never call my Duke a nerd.
Right. Paladin gives Danny's match a 3.
Out of 10.
All right, so he's a little interested in it.
A little bit.
All right. Come on, Rib Shot. Don't duck us.
We still got weeks to plan out this creative story.
Yeah, we don't want you being a Logan Paul over here. He's going to be like, well, yeah, my work or something. They won't let me. Sure.
Jeez.
How's it sound? Does it sound like the shit's out here? Sounds like
no, you're good.
All right. Trying to fix this. On my end, I guess, but I'll take it. I don't care if it sounds like shit to me. HVAC North with the cat orange whistling. How you? He knows he's one of the goats. Yeah. And I'm going to be going on Stuttering John's show, HVAC. I told you that in the chat the other day, but you got thrown out for saying too many N-words, I heard. Yep.
Oh, my God.
Said too many N-words on the White Nationalist Rumble app, and they kicked you out. And I tried to tell you all about my latest victory in the streaming game. And, yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but that's a fact, Jack. John said, I'm coming on. He's already sent me the link, but he did it after I waited like 3 hours to go on. But I could be going on tonight if he's doing a show tonight. He said he's leaving in the next week or two, so I made my move. I'm like, not before I get on, bro. And,
how many N-words is the limit on that stream?
I don't know. I didn't flag it, though. It wasn't me. Say whatever you want, everybody. Now we got some more of these. Face turquoise drinking coffee.
What?
And Rib Shot's not 6'6" or nor 300. He's bigger.
He's bigger.
He's
7 foot, 550.
Big show, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
he's the big rib.
And like you pointed out, Sleaze, earlier, just and Rib Shot out in the chat, and with the excitement of wrestlers, I saw a random clip yesterday of the Big Boss Man fighting the Mountie, and how he arrested him afterwards, and the other good old boy, like Southern cops, came in, and they're all arresting the Mountie and throwing him in the paddy wagon. And
that's great.
I'm like, this is actually fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, and the Big Boss Man is acting like, yeah, boy, get in there, boy. It was fucking hilarious. And I'm just thinking, like, this is what it is.
They ended it with a grape joke, didn't they?
I don't know. I just remember the car pulled off with a paddy wagon. They might have, but
I'm pretty sure they did the Mountie holding on the bars, like, let me out, and then like another pair of hands appeared either side. I'm sure they did something like that. If it wasn't that, they did that with a wrestling angle. I'm sure it was that one.
That's crazy. But yeah, he got the Heidenreich treatment, I guess. And Ribshot says, I did an interview on a show once. Got attacked online by Cornette fans for a couple weeks. I'm sticking the cartoon. What? Why would you? Don't worry about these Cornette fans. We're kind of like Cornette fans off and on because, I'll listen to them for like a month and then I'll put them on one day, and then I'll get hit with a bunch of YouTube commercials, and then I'll get hit with some more Jim Cornette commercials that are even longer and worse. Like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah, you won't even use your voice to come on, huh?
Wow.
Is that going to hurt your business, like Michael Jordan style, where he's like, hey, even Republicans buy Nikes, so
Jeez.
he's like, I'm not fucking around with any of this. I'm just gonna. You're a fence sitter, Ribshot. You're scared. See, everybody's scared of us, Sleaze.
He's afraid. He's afraid.
And this show is better than any other show you've ever been on, Ribshot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Way better.
He's making fun of Danny's hat because he's afraid of Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the hat, but yeah.
All right. Maybe in a few months, we'll build up your confidence. We'll get you on here. If anybody comes after you, we'll go after them. How about that?
No, I'm going to try a different angle. Stop being a pussy. Come on the show.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right.
We'll try
He didn't do it.
the schoolyard thing.
He didn't do it.
Well, you don't want people trying to get your account like they do mine all the time? Is that what you don't want? That happened this week. So you said that happened to you too, Sleaze, where somebody, it's like a high level scamming. So this pro wrestling account with a few thousand followers or whatever, supposedly a co-host of a podcast, says crying emoji first, and then all like this huge Stephen King novel of, I reported you and I had all my friends mass report you because it was an account posing as you doing things to me or whatever, my account, and so I got them all to flag your account, and they said that they need information from you so that you don't lose your account in the next 24 hours, and blah 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 blah, and going on, and more face emojis of crying and oh no. And I'm like, I just eventually go, this is the scam right here. You know, like, I understand you think there's a scam going on. This is it. Like, I'm not an idiot. And then it just went away.
So what happened with mine, it's a guy that I interact with all the time. So at first I'm like, holy shit, this might be real. And then I read it again and I'm like, no, this guy got hacked. So in the middle of me talking to him about this, right, I go into my account. I didn't get anything. I didn't get any mail or chats or whatever the fuck we call them now. And I could do everything. Like, I threw out a fucking tweet just to see if I was blocked or anything. I was like, oh, okay. So somebody must have hacked his account and then got to me and sent that fucking horse shit. And then like a week later, the dude said, oh my God, I got hacked. This is what happened. I ended up getting my fucking account back. I'm sorry about that. So you gotta watch out. Even the people that, you know, are on your Twitter and stuff that you do, they're hacking into their accounts and doing that shit. Yep. Stupid.
So I interact with like a handful of people, and well, more than that technically on X or whatever. But trust me, I know anybody that would want me, like even the Sleaze, if you sent me a link or something, I know you're not sending me just some random link and not like explaining anything. And even if you explained it about, so let me get this right. You fucked up and flagged my account a bunch of times and got people to do it, and I have to do something?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Right. That's what I said to the guy that hacked into, you know, this guy's account. I said, so why is it my problem? I said, there's nothing on my end that has blocked me. I haven't gotten anything. Why? And then he stopped talking to me. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Like, oh, he gets it. Shit.
I got it, pal.
Yep. Listen, Ribshot, this isn't all about you today. You won't even come on. We're not doing an interview through the chat. You might as well just come on, right?
Listen, I already said it, Ribshot. Stop being a pussy, because now you're just stalling with these fucking responses. Come on the show, and then we'll do an official interview.
Mm-hmm. See, it wasn't even anything bad what you were talking about on there. I don't understand. Also, It was pre-recorded and took me a month to animate myself. We'll have to go watch that. Yep.
Stop being a pussy and come on the show.
Tell him, Sleaze.
Big old vagina.
Do you look like Jelly Roll? There he is. He took on Kit Wilson in a poetry slam last night, and I think he managed to get 2 verses out, and it both had to do with Kit Wilson's mama. So it was basically 2 your mama jokes, Sleaze.
Wow.
It looks like Alistair Black's had a really, really, really rough night.
Yeah.
Coach is on my side now. He called Ripshot a pussy.
Coach, everybody, they're coming after you now, Ripshot. So you better do what we say. You better. Look at that. Mucus. He needs Mucinex too. This guy.
I just got this in. I got breaking news for you guys.
Hold on. Let me play the song if it's true breaking news.
This is breaking news.
It's your time.
All right, so you remember D-Rex, our buddy that we had on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be in Boston for Monday Night Raw, and he's going to be on the show.
What? As a security guard or something?
I don't know, but keep an eye out.
Is he going to be a jobber? A local jobber?
I would assume so.
That would be awesome. Yep. Cool. Friend of the show, D-Rex, professional wrestler, is going to be a jobber on Monday Night Raw, I think. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
I'm talking to his manager right now. I'll keep you up to date.
All right. We got to get him on again. He was supposed to get us more wrestlers on, and he just left us.
Well, he's a busy guy now. He's on WWE television.
Listen,
kids blowing up.
Don't you fucking Thunder Rosa us, D-Rex. You call us back. All right. Don't you get all high and mighty and make it to the big leagues and forget all about us. Thank you.
I'll work on getting him back on the show so he can tell us about his Raw experience.
Listen, don't chase Ribshot off. He's a YouTube superstar, Coach. You guys fight in the chat, though. I do like that. I like when people fight, the wrestling fans fight, especially over AEW and WWE.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite.
Hey, but this is tough love for Ribshot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's reverse psychology.
That's right. Can't believe he'll do other people's shows, just like all these wrestlers, Sleaze, see?
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Look, Danny's not afraid. He's English. He wears funny hats.
Right.
Although I was going to say, if he didn't fancy it, then it's not for him. It's not for him, is it? But
no, I like to force people to do what I want. Yeah.
I'm going to translate. I'm going to translate what Danny just said. Stop being a pussy and come on the show.
Right. I'm going to campaign on this 2028 for president.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, some other stuff happened this week. There's a bunch more notes. Hulk Hogan snubbed at the Oscars, along with James Vanderbeek.
There was a lot of them. Yeah, there was a lot of them actually.
Well, because they're white.
It must be.
I don't know about that.
You got to be a black man and wear a dress.
I mean, Hogan was legitimately a leading man in like several Hollywood movies.
Not very good movies, but several.
There's still movies.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
He was in what? Rocky 3? That was a big one.
That was huge. Suburban Commando, Sleaze.
Terrible movie.
I don't know. I thought a great kids movie. The kids will love it.
What was it? Wasn't he a nanny or some shit too?
Yeah, Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny.
Thunder in Paradise. Yeah. And more.
No Holds Barred was his best one.
Well, I just don't like it. How dare they just never speak on the James Vanderbeek, of course, is a little more shocking because it's not like people didn't know who he was. Like I never what was it, Dawson's Creek and all these things. I never seen an episode, but I still know who he was. So I found that to be odd. Just the Oscar, all these award shows, they've been way off the rails for many, many years. But now it's just, let me just give you this, everybody. I know this is not going to make me any fans, but I'm right about this because I'm going to tell you right now, there's reasons to not like Michael B. Jordan. At least I don't. Number one, the reason why I don't like Michael B. Jordan, he's the most cringe Marvel villain in the whole MCU, and that's saying a lot because there's some cringe villains in there. He tried to act like a street dude, but it just, to me, it was not real in the least. It wasn't real at all. So when he's putting on this whole like he's from the streets act as Killmonger, it fucking sucked.
It's the shits.
I really like feel cringe whenever I see that Black Panther movie and he's the bad guy in it and acting like he's acting like a black man. It's like, that's not, no. And then we got him, how he stole the Rocky franchise basically from Rocky Balboa himself. So the Creed movies start happening. Balboa brings him in, Sylvester Stallone says, we're going to do these movies. By the time the third one comes out, Sylvester Stallone's like, the motherfucker took the whole Creed franchise from me, and now he's doing this whole thing with Kang over here. He's fighting Kang, and I'm not saying Balboa's got to be all up in your video and in your movie and stuff every single time, but it's kind of based off of Rocky. It's his whole idea. It's his whole premise. And you kind of nudged them out and took it over. And then this vampire movie, Sinners, comes out. I haven't even seen it yet, so I can't really speak on that. Because it looked like another pretentious, culture movie. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe it is good. It just feels pretentious. It feels like, ooh, we're not street people. We are now Sidney Poitier and the top actors in the world. It's like, I get what this is. I'm not going to say it's a DEI thing like other people, because of course there can be talented people of all different kinds of creeds and races and things. But if you haven't seen The Pendulum Swing, I don't want either. I didn't want that old guard with all them old white farts giving each other awards all the time. Now I don't want it with all the blacks and the gays giving each other awards all the times. It's just, I want there to be complete, like we're just looking at the art for what it is and not the fucking people.
It's a fucking social club. It's nothing more than that. So it's not like, oh my God, you were the best actor. It's who's the hottest right now, who's going to make the most money, who's in the club, who's eating the babies. That's what it is. And right now, that demographic or that group of people or that selection of fucking talent is the new thing.
Like, I'm watching the new Candyman. Like, again, all these movies feel it has that level of, pretentiousness. It's just that word it keeps popping into my mind because it's the Candyman's dealing with killing people in their art museums and things. And it's just so over the top. It's like, we get it. We get that everybody can be artists and then be in this and that. But it just was so like with the overtones of, it just feels like we can do it too. It's like, no shit.
We can do it better.
Yeah.
We can do it better. It's because they reinvent it for a modern audience, as they like to say. But it's we can do it better. What they meant to say was, and they just fucking have to put their own shit on there. And they didn't start anything. They didn't create anything. And it's fucking cheap. Just all of it. All these remakes, I know that's a very broad brush, but it's unnecessary.
Really? And Paladin's generally right about a lot of this entertainment. He keeps up with it. Sinners 2 out of 5. It's boring. I still got to watch it at some point, but
I've seen it. It's good. It's not as good as everybody is saying it is. It's like they're treating it like it's fucking The Godfather. It's a horror movie. It was a very well done horror movie, very well written, had a good cast. But for it to be like the biggest thing at the Oscars, it's a bad year for movies at that point.
Yep. And that's what everybody says it is. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, well, I don't really need to see it then, because I've seen Dusk Till Dawn, and that was amazing. And when you watch that and you didn't know what was really going to happen, and then all of a sudden you're in the vampires everywhere, that was amazing. But it sounds like they did the same premise, like, oh, they just lead you into this thing, and then boom, here come the vampires.
It was a good take. It was about slavery. I give them that. It was a good movie. I'm not taking it away. For it to be, what everybody's saying it is. I just don't get it. That's my opinion.
Yep. Well, in other news, how about this? Dominic Mysterio rumored to be injured again with a concussion. That's what, 4 in just like the past like year or so? Like some
injuries or concussions? 4 injuries or 4 concussions?
Oh, not concussions. This one was the latest, was a concussion, but the other one I think was, God, it was, I remember his arm was in a sling, a bunch of different.
He's like 140 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get hurt. That's a problem with wrestling nowadays too. These guys are so small that they can't take these bumps.
That's what I've been saying, man. I don't know. They get these fucking people in the weight room. Everybody go in the weight room. And
like Javon Evans is going to be a future fucking star. Right now, he needs to pack on a good 40 pounds. Yep. He makes me nervous every time I see him get in the ring because he's built like a skeleton and he's going to snap something. There's no cushioning, you know, and all that stuff. When he first came up to the main roster and he had some kind of match and then he came out with all that tape on him, I'm like, here we go. Yep, he's too small for this shit.
Mm-hmm. And even the ladies wrestlers, Ivy Nile, that little one that's packed full of muscle, she's gonna be all right. You know, I think she looks like she lifts weights. And there was a guy online, a professional, that trained Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and he's like, you gotta lift iron. He's like, that's where it's at. He goes, what it does is it teaches your ligaments and your joints and everything else how to move with your body. Like, you can go this far, you can do this much, and that's it. You know what I mean? All the elasticity and the bands and the this and that. He's like, that's all good and stuff.
It's too controlled.
You need to do the iron work. If you don't do that, you're going to get hurt more. And all pro sports, they've gotten away from that. Well, turns out the old way of doing things is better. So,
well, people are going back to just dumbbells,
banging and banging.
Yeah,
Dr. Huge over here.
Yeah, you can tell a difference because I just started working out again, and over the years I've done both. I've gone to a gym with all their elastic Bowflex bullshit, and there's a different feeling. You know what I mean? As to when you're doing it. Like I have a notorious thing with my body. That like my right arm, I'm right-handed, is way stronger than my left. So if you're doing yes, and if you're doing these rubber bands, you don't feel anything different. If I'm doing free weights, I feel more on my left arm because it's struggling by itself. You know what I mean? It's that's how you build bulk.
We're experts on everything, all right?
Yeah.
So lift weights the way we say.
Well, my thing is I need to start jerking off with the other hand.
Yes, try that too. Yes,
it's not the same. You know, it's like a stranger.
Mm-hmm. That's what they call it, the stranger. You're supposed to sit on your hand first so it goes numb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. I'll try it. I'll send you a video.
Try right now. How about this Afro Man case? So he won in that was like the quickest court case I've ever seen in my life, especially when you're taking on the police department. And I learned about this years ago. I knew about these songs being out, but he's been now kicked into a whole nother level. He's a celebrity all over again from these songs, just like you. And if you don't know Afro Man from this Jay and Silent Bob movie, they made a song for him, Because I Got High. Fucking blew up. Everybody knows him just from that. So it's a typical one-hit wonder type thing. The last time I heard from him was when he decked that lady on stage in the middle of his guitar solo and went back to remember that one? But
every couple of years when he pops up, I'm like, I love this guy so much.
Some drunk lady got on stage with him while he's trying to tune his guitar and play it at the beginning of his show that I guess he was late for and had to walk to and all this stuff in a suit in the heat and everything. Then she gets up there and she's bumping him and he's like, and then you're just I just remember that video. You're socked there and it's damn. But he's super over now. He win for free speech and all this because, at the end of the day, how are you going to break into somebody's house take their things, go through all their stuff, and it's like kidnapping. Really? Like he even made a song about it. Do you find any people that have been kidnapped in my clothes and in my pockets and things?
In my suit pockets, yeah.
Yeah, my suit pockets, because they're going through all of his stuff, and it's bullshit. And then the cops want to sue him because he made songs about it and he's angry about it. He's supposed to just shut up and let them do whatever they want. So,
no, he's supposed to be a pussy like Ribshot, who won't come on the show.
Wow.
I'm not letting up.
Look at that call out. See, he left. He hasn't even been back ever since.
Wow.
Ever since.
I guess he might be a pussy. No. Love you, Ribshot. On that note, I got to go, guys.
All right. Take it easy, sleaze.
Check out my stuff on my stuff. Later, guys.
Later, brah. Yep. So, Afro Man.
Yeah, and he took chunks out of like quite a few of the cops as well, didn't he? Some of the cops got like their own individual song dedicated just to them. Yeah. And then he did that song where it's just in his America suit, just walking around in a circle in his garden, I think. And he's just taking shots at multiple cops. Figurative shots, obviously not.
Yeah. Did you like that one? Lick 'em Lisa. And I had never heard that one.
Lick 'em low Lisa.
Lick 'em low Lisa. And then we had the lemon pound cake's the biggest one. Which is basically Under the Boardwalk. Oh, no, you know that song. Yeah. So the kids wouldn't know. They think that he just made that. No. That's the reason why that song is so catchy, is because it was already made. And then the one where, the new one you're talking about, where he's just, I don't know. It's just so, how ridiculous is everything? This is why I don't want to talk to cops. I don't want to talk to lawyers. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to deal with any of that, because it's such a pain in the ass. You have to be like at least Afro Man to have anybody give a fuck. So that, like, if that was me, nobody would really care, right?
Yeah, I think one of the lines he did cross that he got some pushback on was he called one of the cops a PDF document.
Did he?
Yeah, but I think it was like one of his family members was caught doing something that I was affiliated with. There was some link, but Afro Man like specifically said this cop was one of those as well, I believe. So I think he might have had to like retract some of that, but everything else was spot on, because it was just all this video footage from his home security system, and it was them just looking in his suit pockets. I think they took $400 in cash out of his house to like take for evidence, and I think they said like they left the bag open and it came back like $20 light or something like that, and it's just literally stealing his money, his hard-earned tax-paid money, as he said, or something along those lines. But yeah, he's just standing on principle and First Amendment and free speech, and people fucking love him again, all over again.
Yep. Well, supposedly we have it for now. Like I said, a little bit. We got it for some people, So.
I mean, you've got it better than we have. We get fucking told off for just tweeting stuff.
Oh, I know. Like you guys. Whew. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, get well. They were even, at one point, the UK was threatening us. Oh, in America, they were going to do stuff to us if we were like, got out of line. We were like, what? Like, okay, all right. Like, they're getting a little too big for their britches. You know what I mean? Like, okay, settle down over there. Like, we don't even have our own people talk like that to us. Yeah.
But it's not as, I don't think it's as many people as it actually is. There's a bit of like friendly banter between like Americans and Brits, but the English get on with the Welsh and Scottish and Irish and all each other, and we do have like friendly rivalries with them, and we do recognise that sort of like we have a close relationship with like America because you came from our people, and same with Australia.
You guys still run everything. You guys still technically run the show. I know everybody else.
We just sent some of them off to college, and that's it.
Yeah, they think everybody else thinks the world's run by the who's, but it is. But it's there's also a major player in this, like probably even ahead of that, which allows that to operate, right? and that's England is London, technically, right? You ever hear those stories about how they kept people in the London Bridge song and how the people were in the bridge and it was like they were sacrificed to it or something because it was like an occult thing?
Yeah.
And crazy shit.
A lot of stuff like that.
It's like nuts over there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty nuts over here too because they just basically expanded their empire over here and go, no, you're something different, right? Wink. Nope, not really. That's why I live in New England, right? Coach Skull.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Mm-hmm. I see what's going on. See, I don't think all these other people, they think we're crazy, Danny. Just because we know some stuff. But, Dan, I'm telling you, Danny sees UFOs daily, right? You're seeing them every day?
Maybe not every day, but the fucking weird lights, quite often.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of hybrid talk out there. I mean, we could really go on with this forever. But I do have a bunch more notes. We can get, actually, we covered a lot of stuff over here, too.
I'll give you one real quick if you like. With patterns in the sky that planes like to make, they used to do it during the day, and we haven't seen it that much since people were talking about it a lot more in the last year. But if you listen early in the morning when it's still dark, you can hear them. So then when it starts to get like light, they're there. That's what I've noticed this last couple of weeks, and I was like, that's interesting. They're trying to hide it, or they're just trying to change something. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And they've been saying to me, everybody's like, you're silly. Nobody does that. It's condensation, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, come on. Like, why is it so hard to prove these things to people, especially when you just go like, look at that. Look at the checkerboard. And they just go, I'm like, you know what? Like, we're doomed. You know, there's nothing I can do ever. And if I ever got big enough to do something about it, they'd fucking Charlie Kirk me in a second. So why would I do that? It's just, there's no doing any of this because there's too many lemmings.
I've pointed out like the trails before to somebody, and a plane was also flying in the sky, sort of, so you could compare how quickly the planes sort of like was just normally just dispersing. And I'm like, look, that plane's, it's gone. The other one is still there. Is that not a little strange? And they're like, no, it's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've explained this stuff to people too. The same exact thing what you're saying. And you see the one little contrail and another little chemtrail and another little this and that. And you compare and you go, and then they go, well, it's because it's wintertime. And they're up there and it makes it, it's really, really cold or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't even compute to me. So because it's cold, I'm like, it's always going to be cold up there, no matter what. Even if it's really hot out, technically, right? If you're at 35,000 feet, 35,000 feet, roughly these planes are at, it should be cold. Especially it's going real fast, all the rest. But then you see the one little small trail, and then the other ones you see like the huge ones, and then it puffs out, and they just go, no one cares. And then I'd watch a documentary about it. Then I'd watch a lecture about it. Then I'd watch C-SPAN, people in the government talk about it. Then they're talking about it on the local news. And then in these same certain places, they'd be like, that doesn't exist. But you just said it does. Huh? I don't know. I'm so confused, but I'm really not. I'm acting confused, so I don't get. Yep. But you're not, trust me, you're not seeing things. I'm not seeing things. We know what that is. We know what they're doing. They've admitted it. They said they're trying to block out the sun, but they're doing more than that. They're always doing more. They're always doing way too much. So, yep. Cool. Whatever's raining down on us, like aluminum and shit, getting into the water and the ground and all that. I guess we're just supposed to accept it. Like the fluoride in the water and everything else that conspiracy theorists have been screaming about for 1,000,000 years. And they go, oh, that's no big deal. It's for your teeth. Oh, is it? Right.
We don't have it in our water where I live, so that's nice.
You don't now? Yeah, right.
For a while, yeah, for yeah, we just don't.
Oh no, they're keeping it in ours. Yeah. They told us straight out. They're like, no, we're keeping it in there because we want to keep you healthy. That whenever I hear that we want to help you guys and keep you healthy and things, it's like my spidey senses just go crazy like it did in 2020. And then everybody's like, you're going to get everybody killed and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go offline then until everybody fucking figures this out. You know?
It's for your own good. That's,
right.
That's the
threat. And I come back and I go, hey, I was right about all that, right? And it's crickets. Yeah. Anyway. I mean, we can go on and on, but I think we might have said enough, Danny. And it is very late over there because your daylight savings hasn't even hit yet, right?
Yeah, well, no, that just means it's not as late as it normally would be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only 9:10 now.
Oh, okay, that's what actually works out. Yeah, it makes sense. Got it. Yep, so, okay, I got a few more stories. Sasha Banks, this is actually hilarious. I saw this the other night. There's a thumbnail of her somebody made online for their video. You know, they're always trying to get these clickbait stuff. Now, Dr. Huge, hit the like button. Never do that. But there was a thumbnail of her in a powerbomb position where Triple H has her up in the air. And it just says, he ate my pussy with an exclamation point. And then another, like a picture of her face off to the side, like she can't believe what's happening or whatever. And she caught wind of this thumbnail and has made a whole deal out of it and telling everybody, go flag it and get rid of it. Why are people doing this and all? I'm like, it was actually kind of funny, you know. I can't hear you.
Sorry, yeah, no, I'm muted to have a drink, sorry. Did it have the opposite reaction to what she expected? Did it cause more people to go and check it out and not flag it?
I know. I'm assuming. I don't know. I just heard this story and I saw the thumbnail, and the thumbnail's fucking. It's with the title. Just he ate my pussy. And you know all these stupid kids and their rumors with Triple H beat Alexa Bliss. Remember that story? He was beating Alexa Bliss, and he's doing this to that one. And there were these things going on online. Like these literally insane people would post like almost every day, like Alexa Bliss is getting beaten up by Triple H, and he's abusing her. And like, what the fuck? I don't know. This is what the pro wrestling fandom has become, Danny. They're weird. They can be weird, a lot of these people. So
yeah, it's the internet brings them together. It's not just wrestling. It's just any fucking hobby or interest or whatever. It's the loud ones are going to be very obvious, and you're just going to get stuck with them once you sort of see them a couple of times.
And then here's a funny story. Gunther's got no plans for WrestleMania. They were going to do a Mysterio thing with him, but that seems to have fallen through or whatever. I don't know. But Gunther, we haven't even seen him lately. Crazy. I'm going to rapid fire go through some things because we're wrapping up here. People are upset with Obafemi over his interview with Stephanie McMahon. I didn't listen to it, but I see him out here with MAGA hats and all the rest. So he upset, the normies, really. I think getting to Trump is like getting to like level 2, level 3. Like it's like liberal Democrat, right? And I don't like any of them, right? But I see like the levels of like understanding because I went through them as well when I was much younger. But it's like liberal Democrat. Then you go like, well, I'm conservative Republican. Well, I'm actually MAGA because he's like an outsider. Well, he's fake too, so libertarian, but they're a bunch of idiots. And then you go on from that and you just keep going. You go, oh, wait, it's all bullshit. And that's just how the world works to me. And Obafemi seems to be in and around the MAGA sphere into the figuring out that it's mostly all bullshit. And then people at the level 1, 2, 3, whatever, they cannot stand that. They don't like that at all. So, but then there are people sticking up for him, going, who cares? So good for you, Oba. I love that he even goes on the podcast and uses his fake accent. And then a couple RIPs. It's a very sad time. First, Chuck Norris.
Rest in peace.
And, as somebody pointed out, I think it was Dave Sarah, he's not dead. He's waiting. Just waiting. And then we have the other RIP to Loverboy Dennis Condrey.
Rest in peace.
One half of the Midnight Express.
I didn't know about that. That's news to me.
That just came out, I think, about 3 or 4 hours ago.
Right.
So, I don't know too much about the Rock and Roll Express or the Midnight Express. I've just seen some of the older stuff back when I was younger, but it was a little bit before my time. But yes, that's big wrestling news. Then we got Rodzilla, Dennis Rodman in the WWE Hall of Fame, of course, from the NWO stuff and the things he did over at WCW. Probably one of the greatest, pro athlete to wrestling characters, because it just fits so well. He showed up during the finals, like during the championship run with Jordan and the Bulls, because he would do whatever he wanted. And the team would be like, hey, as long as he comes and he performs, he can stay out all night. And he would be like in Vegas for like 2 days before a game, show up right as the game is about to start or whatever, and like grab 20 boards and just be nasty. And so they were like, hey, as long as he keeps doing this, we're not going to like fight him to practice and things.
Ah, the Shawn Michaels approach. Understood.
Right. Yep. What else? WWE versus Tom Brady. This is such a work, and Tom Brady shitting on pro wrestling some more, and even Obafemi and Paul Heyman, everybody's coming out and saying, Tom Brady's of this and these of that, and then Gronk's getting involved with Logan Paul, and these are all my guys from my legendary Patriots teams, right? But I don't like it. I think they're acting very douchey. I don't believe in Tom Brady anymore as like a person. Ever since I found out he gets paid to do charity work and stuff, like that's crazy, right? You're not even supposed to let people know you do charity work, let alone accept money for it. So, I stick to it on that. I think they're all a bunch of scammers at this point. And again, like with my Barstool rant, all these other podcasts rant on these fancy platforms that get all the WWE wrestlers so they can all stick to the corporate line and give you the worst of entertainment. That's not what we do here. That's why you hit the like button and you subscribe to the Dr. Huge Show. Because I'm not going anywhere, and maybe I am, but I'll be back. This is a second time, Danny, I've hit the 100 milestone, and I've done many more shows than that. But, we're going to get to 1,000. We're going to do the Joe Rogan thing. And we'll be killing it out here. Sooner or later, when all these people wake up and they tell everybody that the show exists. Tell them, Danny.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I saw your hand. Yeah, I saw your hand go over there.
That's right. We're pumping up the crowd. We're pumping up Coach and Paladin and HVAC. Everybody watching, everybody that's subscribed and hasn't subscribed. This is how you do it. You do it here. Get ready to see Dr. Huge on the Stuttering John podcast. Maybe tonight. Could be tonight. Could be tomorrow. Could be this week. I'm going to be on there, though. And the people, I'm telling you, they're going to come after me. These people in the chat, but I think some of them are smart enough. They know I've been around. They know I'm no fucking noob in the Dabbleverse or doing any of this. I'm not going to allow dead air on John's show. I'm not going to allow certain things. I caught a little bit last night, and I'm laughing to myself because he did the dead air thing where he's doing other things, and he has other guests, and they're doing other things, and I would be at least promoting. I'd be doing something, right? So I think that will be a fun. I want to see how he's going to react to me being myself. I'm not going to wash balls. I'm not gonna hate whoever he hates. I'm gonna do what I want to do because that's how I do this, right? So if he kicks me off, that stinks. But I don't think he will kick me off because I think he'll recognize that I'm being genuine and authentic, and I'm not there to troll him, and I'm not there to porn bomb him or to take his channel down. I don't give a shit about any of that. I want him to stick around. I don't even want him to leave. Supposedly he's going to leave in a couple weeks. And that will be a damn shame because the Duke, even though many of the shows, everybody says, oh, you're always doing the same show every day. We like that. It makes me comfortable. It's one of those things, Danny, you know? So you're going to have to check out. I'm sure there'll be millions of clips everywhere. He better not be racist with me. But he says he's not. He's got a whole ticker underneath that says no homophobia or transphobia or racism.
I'm not gay no more.
Good thing. But the chat, you come for me, chat. You better watch yourself. You're dealing with a pro. No stuttering John over here. I can goof around too, you see. That's right. Biting nails, HVAC. He's very worried about this. We all should be worried. That's why we need everybody there from the Dabbleverse, the Huge100, and all the multiverses to have Dr. Huge's back no matter what. Because it's going to be interesting. I'll just put it that way. Thank you. Danny, do you have any plugs?
Yep. DannyDamage.co.uk. There we go. Our Twitter at Blunt Damage. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Danny Blunt Damage. I've just uploaded a shitload of shorts, primarily on the One Piece live action, but it just deals with like live action sort of like remakes and shit anyway. They're just little snippets. It's been fun to go over something I made a couple of years ago and just cut it down. And all the points still stand, not just with the new season of One Piece, but just again with live action remakes and just fucking awful recyclings from Hollywood. So yeah, please just watch them and fucking give them some love.
Yep. I've checked out some and they're good. Like them. The shorts. I got some new shorts and go check out my videos before WWE tries to get rid of them, right? But and I don't even know what this means, Coach. I don't even know what that means. I'm going on as me and the doctor. How about that? I'm the same thing.
Doctor me.
Yeah. I mean, my regular self is just it's just boring, right? So I turn it on a little bit, but this is pretty much what you get. So I will be the same as you see here and maybe even more amped up. I'm going to be nervous for the first time in years. I'm going to be maybe sweaty. So you may get a sweaty, nervous Dr. Huge later. So go check out Stuttering John on there. And, of course, go into the chat if he's on later and type, get Dr. Huge on, send him the link. So I don't want to fucking sit here all evening again. You know?
What's the easiest way to find him on YouTube? Did you already say that his YouTube
Stuttering
channel?
John. Yep, Stuttering John podcast. And you'll see his face or his symbol there, the little, like a backwards question mark or something like that. Yeah. But definitely, yeah, join the chat. It's a funny chat. They hate John for the most part. He's got his fans though. You know, we've watched all this, and I know I'll be fine. But you know, I'm trying to work it up into a gimmick here, HVAC. And these people better not come after me. That's all I gotta say. Or else. Can't wait. And I'm gonna hopefully get monetized off of this. Because at this point, if I go on John's show this evening, that means I'll probably be on Misery Loves Company, because he's been sniping John because there's a war going on, which means now I'll be exposed to a lot more people, which is the whole point of this. It's like, I just need to let people know that we're doing this, because that's the hard part. You know, Stuttering John, everybody knows him. Everybody knows Kevin Brennan, even though they may be lower, they're no fucking Eddie Murphy or whatever, but they're a known commodity in the business. I am not, and we're going to change that later with the help of Stuttering John, the Duke, my new best friend. Thank you very much. So we did it all. We said it all, Danny. shout out to everybody out here. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, if you haven't even subscribed yet, then come on, get with it. And we got plenty more in store for you in the future and more shows and all that stuff. I got to concoct some more ideas that don't include WWE clips. So I got to think about that as well. But that's it, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see you later tonight, maybe, or tomorrow or something. Bye. See ya. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Sleaze.
Thank you.
Talk later. Bye.